I say he has just joined Vaibhav. So maybe let's wait. I think he has just joined.
Okay, sir. Sushant, sir.
Hey Vaibhav, can you hear us?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Vaibhav. So we were just trying to reach you out because the previous session got over in 10 minutes back. So we
Oh.
thought, yeah. So you can start the session. Maybe I think over to Suraj.
Okay. So, sorry for, okay. So, guys, our next speaker is Vaibhav Kempule. His topic is goal setting. So, sir, please look forward, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Suraj.
Yeah.
So, thank you all for attending this session. So I think we'll start. I'll just share the screen.
Okay, sir, please.
Whose line is giving a lot of background noise? Maybe if rest of the people can mute.
Okay. Sushant, sir, please mute yourself, sir. It's some disturbances coming from your side. Sushant Borkar. Yeah, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Okay.
Yeah, please mute yourself, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope all can hear me and you can see the slide.
Yes, sir. It's
Confirm.
sitting.
Thank you for confirming. Okay. So without wasting much time, we'll directly start with the topic.
Okay.
So once again, welcome you all and thanks for joining this session. So topic for today is goal setting. So we all know how important goal setting is in our personal as well as professional life. So we'll see briefly certain things related to this goal setting activity. So these are the contents which I am going to cover briefly. So one is what is goal setting and why it is important. How to set measurable goals, because this is the area where many people find it very difficult. That first of all, how to set the goals. Then once you set the goals, how to prioritize the goals, because with lot of goals, it could be overwhelming. So we need to prioritize the goals also. And then ultimately how to achieve the goals. And then I'll be just sharing few things under daily routine to achieve the goals. So this is what so far it has helped me. So I thought of sharing some daily routine activities. If it is useful to you, you can also follow that. So before starting the topic, let me just reiterate my mission. And I'm glad that I'm associated with Jai Kalam as volunteer. And this is my mission. So to help 100,000 graduating students and working professionals to become top-notch project managers. So I'm project management coach, and this is the mission which helps me to motivate every day. And this is the reason I wake up every day, trying to make certain change. And so far, I'm happy that I have reached more than 350 students from various engineering colleges on working on this mission. So when we talk about goal setting, first let's try to understand what is goal first of all, just to clarify or have some better clarity. So definition per se, if you want to see, goal is act of selecting a target or objective you wish to achieve, right? So we can see the picture over here. So it's act of selecting the target. So what do you want to achieve exactly? So that is all about goal setting. So let me just ask you one question, and it would be great if you can just type your responses in the chat box. What is your goal in life? We can just take maybe 5 seconds. You can just type what is your goal in life. It would be interesting to know.
Sir, I would like to express my goal, sir.
Yeah.
So it is my biggest dream to become an entrepreneur and a teacher, first of all. So that's my goal of my life.
Okay. Great. Others can just quickly type in the chat box, because I think unmuting everybody could be a challenge.
Yeah.
So you can just type in the chat box.
So
Now,
guys,
why I am trying to do this activity, we'll come to know half the way when we go through the slides.
of course,
And
sir.
I have asked this question many times. Even I ask this question to many people I meet. So if somebody is interested to write, you can just type what is your goal. Otherwise, we can move. This is what exactly happens when
So
I
that's
ask
the,
this question.
sorry, sir. Sorry
Yeah.
for the interruption. So that was a message. Get a job in a reputed company by
Yeah,
Rakhi.
thank you, Rakhi, for the response. Get a job in a reputed company. It's
Yeah.
good that you have certain goals. Thank you for the responses. But what happens is, most of the times, we don't achieve our goals, right? All of you might have experienced this. We have a lot of goals, we have a lot of dreams, ambitions, but most of the times, we don't achieve them. Why? We need to think on this question, why we are not able to achieve the goals. And this is all is the crux about goal setting. How, when we set some goal, how we can achieve our goal. So just go back few years back when we were in the school, we had a lot of dreams, right? So I also had a lot of dreams when I was in the school. I used to tell, okay, I want to become architect, or I want to do this, that, all those things. Everybody has, every child has a dream. But are all the dreams fulfilled? So if we try to introspect ourselves, are all the dreams fulfilled? Or in some cases, are we even closer to bringing dreams into reality? And that is the fact that most of the times, over the years, whatever dreams we had during childhood or whatever goals we had kept for ourselves, those are lost somewhere on the way. And there are a lot of reasons for that. So we'll see. So the real challenge here is not determining what target you want to achieve. So for example, somebody might have set goal for himself or herself that I want to be gold medalist in university exams. Or somebody might have this goal of I want to become head of department in MNC. Very great dream, very good goal. Or somebody might be thinking that I want to become millionaire. So all these dreams or all these goals are okay. But are you willing to accept the sacrifices required to achieve your goal? Now, this is the point which differentiates successful people from the people who are not able to achieve their goals in life. Now, since Olympics are going on, we can see that when somebody wins a gold medal, how happy he or she is. So even we also, everybody wants a gold medal. But the catch here is very few people want to train like an Olympian. And the whole difference lies in this one sentence. So we want a lot of goals to be achieved, but are we willing to put in that much hard work? Are we willing to put in that much hard work in a structured way? So that is the main difference over here when it comes to achieving the goal. Now, just to simplify this whole concept, let's take an example of a small boat with a rudder. You know, that rudder which is in this image, if you can see, this is something called as rudder. So what happens? And oars are these oars which force the boat against the pressure of the water. So let's take example of this small boat with rudder and oar and try to correlate this with our goal setting. So let's assume that your goals are like rudder on the boat. Yes, we want some direction, right? So rudder set the direction and determine where you go. So depending on the speed with which you are pushing the boat, when you try to move that rudder, so these are the goals. So it sets the direction and determines where you want to go. So if rudder is a goal, let's try to correlate it like this. If rudder on the boat is like a goal, then oars are the process of achieving the goals. Because it's not only important to just have goals, but it is very important to have a set process of achieving the goals. In other words, rudder determines your direction and oars determine your progress or the process which you are following. So you must have come to know that both the things are required, right? So can you reach destination just by holding the rudder, or even at one place if we try to move that? No, obviously no. We cannot reach our destination just by holding or just moving that rudder at one place. There has to be some action, there has to be some process, there has to be some consistency. So just think of these examples. Can you complete marathon without practicing running? Very unlikely. Or can you publish a book without writing the content every day? So just try to correlate all these things with the goals and dreams which you have. Or can you build $1 million business without sales and marketing? It's very difficult. So that's why this process is very important along with the goals. So once again, goals are useful for setting the directions, but systems are great for making the progress. And that is the beauty of this goal setting activity. Many people give up on their goals, many people give up on their dreams because sometimes in their life they don't see that progress which is happening. They think that they are just saturated, they are just at one place and they are not moving anywhere. So unless you set certain systems or unless you set certain process to achieve that goal, you will not have that inner satisfaction that yes, you are walking towards your goal. So that is most important part. But it looks very simple, right? But these are some of the facts related to goal setting activity. 19 out of 20 people don't know why they wake up in the morning. And I have even tried this. You can try tomorrow. You can ask somebody you can ask your friend, you can ask somebody in the college, in office or anywhere. You just ask them, why you wake up in the morning? They will be like puzzled. Oh, I never thought about that. Somebody will say, because everybody wakes up, goes to office, everybody wakes up, goes to attend the college, or nowadays it is online. But yes, you will find this trend that 19 out of 20 people don't know why they wake up in the morning. And I am not telling this. People have done research for 20 or 25 years and they have come up with these numbers. And that is the reason only 4 to 5% people are successful in the world. This is very serious. We need to think on this. And also some statistics says that those who start with ambitions at the age of 25 are broke by the time they reach age of 55. Because at the age of 25, they start with very high ambitions, lot of goals, lot of dreams. But by the time they reach 55, they are totally broke. And what goes wrong? Goal setting activity, the process, the systems with which they have to advance, certain things go wrong somewhere. So we need to take care of these things. So this brings us to a very important factor, which is what is the importance of goal setting? So just now we saw. So first thing is it gives you clarity of what you want to become. It motivates you to take actions every day. Because if you have some goal or some dream in mind, and if you have set process to achieve that, it's natural that you will take action every day. And the most important is there are very high chances that you will reach your goal. Otherwise, it is like 19 people who don't know why they wake up. Because if you don't have goal, there is no question of attaining that goal. So if you have goal, then there are high chances, and if you set your goals properly, follow a proper process, there are high chances that you will attain that goal and you will be successful in life. And this holds good for student community, this holds good for at professional level also. So many people fail in life or career because they don't know what they want in life. So the first step you can take is define your goal. If still you have not defined, if you have already defined, it is very good thing. You can be among that 4-5% who are successful in the world. And if not, if you have not given a serious thought, I would request that first step you take is define your goal. Define your ultimate goal. It could be 5, 7 or 10 years down the line. But define something, and that will always act like a what? In the boat example we have seen, it will act like a rudder, and then you can oar your boat through the process systematically towards that goal. So few points you can remember when you want to set your ultimate goal, or I can say a super goal, that where you want to be in professional life. So you can ask these questions to yourself. Where do you want to be in professional life? Do you want to depend on parents forever for your daily expenses? Very important point. Or do you want to keep working till retirement? How should you be known for? What is that speciality? For what you want you to be remembered? Or do you want to achieve financial freedom? If yes, at what age? With how much bank balance? So all these things you can ask yourself, and whenever you get answers to this, maybe it will help you to set the ultimate goal in your life. Or do you want to be satisfied with whatever you do? So there are n number of ways you can do this and set your goal. But then I meet so many people who say, okay, all these questions are okay, but still I am not able to figure out my goal. So for those people, what I advise is, now where to start if you don't know what you want to achieve? Then you can try to answer these questions. Identify your own strengths. What are your own strengths? Few people will have strength of writing. So you try to develop on that. Few people could be good in speaking or public speaking. Somebody could be good in acting. Somebody could be good in maybe coding. Let's take for example. So identify your strengths and what you like doing. Basically, what is your passion? Do you like a social work? Do you like or something else? Do you like networking with people? Or do you like something else? Try to identify what do you like and what is your why. And whatever is your passion, why are you doing that? Because there could be some reason you are doing something. So if you have certain passion, maybe somebody likes animals. Just a vague example. But yes, there will be some why you want something or you do something. And one more thing which can help you is understand your personality type. Because most of the times, if you don't know what is your like, what is your dislike, it could be sometimes difficult to frame the goals, and that is where many people get confused and then ultimately they give up on setting the goals. Now, one resource which I can recommend here to know your personality is you can visit www.16personalities.com. There are certain set of questions which you can answer. So you answer this personality test and get the description of who you are and why you do things the way you do. It's very interesting. I had taken this in every goal setting workshop. I asked people, give some time to fill out these questions. So at least that will give you some guidelines that what is your basic nature, what do you like doing. So this can always help you. Now, once you have set the ultimate goal in life, which is maybe 5 years, 7 years or 10 years down the line, it is very important to break down that ultimate goal into small goals. Because sometimes what happens if your goal is very big, then we think that, oh, it is so big, how do I reach that stage? That is also one of the reasons people give up on their goals and dreams. So the strategy which you can use is keep focus on your ultimate goal and then visualize which goals you should achieve maybe every year or every 3 years to reach that ultimate goal. So it's totally depending on you. So if you have something after 5 years or 10 years, just break it down. Maybe after 3 years, you want to be here. Now, once you know, sometimes it may happen that beyond 3 years, you are not able to plan. That is absolutely fine. Just plan for 3 years and just dissect those 3 years into maybe yearly, half yearly, quarterly, monthly. And that is when you will start getting clarity that, okay, my ultimate goal is after 10 years, but I have this process that if I follow this process maybe every day, every week, every month, after 10 years, or maybe before that, I will reach my ultimate goal. And that is the reason which will make you to wake up every morning. But the purpose of goal setting is not just to set materialistic goals like highly paid job, bigger house, foreign trips, some fancy clothes, some fancy cars, this, that, all those things. But it should be joy, fulfillment, and balance in the daily routine life. Because if you have got all the materialistic things and if you don't have that mental peace, if you are not satisfied with what you are doing, you might be wealthy, but you might not be happy. So that also should not happen. So while you are setting the goals, please keep that balance between both the things. Materialistic things, money, wealth, all those things are also required in today's world. But at the same time, this joy, fulfillment, and balance in daily routine life is also very, very important. That's why you need some smart action plan. So unless you have some action plan, the way I have discussed just now, maybe every month what you will do, every quarter what you will do, half yearly, because you cannot reach a goal without taking any action. So taking some action, being in motion is very important. So just ask yourself, can you reach 1 kilometer distance without walking a single step? No. Can you achieve your first year goal without taking any action, maybe on daily basis or monthly basis? No, it is very difficult. So that's why what you can do is write monthly and weekly smart actions you will take to reach your goals. And that will help you to set your process. Now, many people ask then how to achieve the goals, because what happens is when you try to break down your long-term goals into small goals, sometimes it would be overwhelming that, okay, so many things I need to do. How do I complete them, and still how do I achieve my goals? So there are a lot of things which we can do. I thought of putting just 3 things over here so that we need to keep it very brief. So first thing you can do is eliminate few goals. There is a saying you might have heard that if you run behind 2 rabbits, there are chances that you will not catch a single rabbit. So same thing, if you divide your attention or if you keep too many goals, it could be overwhelming and certain goals may not be that important. So just sit quietly and straightway eliminate few goals which you think are not going to help you. Or instead of goals, you can think of actions which are not going to help you. Second thing we can do is stack the goals. Now, what is stacking of the goals? What we can do is we can relate one goal or relate one action with some other action. For example, if you want to be a writer, then your action could be just write certain things, write a content. Every day get up in the morning and write a 1-page article. But this goal is to write every day. But you can stack it on some other goal. Let's say when you wake up, you do exercise or you do some meditation. So what you can do is, as soon as you finish meditation, you will start writing maybe 200 words. And that is how you can stack your goal on another goal which you are already taking action. So that is how it can help you. One more thing you can do is set the upper limit. So many people, what they do is, they just keep taking the actions, just keep doing, and sometimes they get lost because that they are always unsatisfied that whatever actions I am taking, those are not helping me. But if you set the upper limit, yes, maybe I will write 100 words per day. That is the upper limit. And you try that consistently, maybe for a week, for a month, 3 months, year. And that is how you can achieve that goal of becoming a writer. And one day, through this process, you will improve your writing skills, choosing the correct vocabulary, and you can reach your ultimate goal. So this was about how to achieve the goals, just short 3 things. pointers. Now there are certain strategies for setting the measurable goals also. So in day-to-day activities, how can we set the measurable goals, or how can we set the measurable actions? So one of the methods you can employ is paperclip strategy. So very simple. You have a goal. Maybe you want to do exercise. Then you take just 2 balls, take the paper clips, and let's say in a week you want to go to gym, for example. Let's take an example that 3 times you want to go. Then you have this goal for maybe 3 months. So how many times in 3 months you are supposed to go? Just count those paper clips, put in one bowl, and whenever you do one activity, whenever you attend gym for one day, just transfer one paper clip to another bowl. And when you do gradually, when you will see that okay, in this bowl the paper clips are reducing and paper clips are increasing in another bowl. So that gives you motivation that oh, certain things are working, I'm taking action, I'm progressing. So that is how you can measure the goals, or you can effectiveness of the actions. Another thing could be measure backward, not forward. So many times what we do is, okay, if we want to reach certain stage, we think that okay, only this much is remaining. Sometimes you can reverse that just to increase the motivation. Or when you say that okay, I still need to go this much, instead of that, if you say oh, I have achieved this much already, so that also adds to your motivation, so that you remain focused on the activities which you are doing. And one more thing, interesting thing I found was Sinfeld strategy. So if you can see this image over here, you can just have a visual board at home. You can just mark maybe monthly calendar, weekly calendar, and whenever you take some action, let's say you have decided action that you will walk 2 kilometers every day. Let's take some example. Whenever you do that activity, you have achieved that, just put a cross mark. Tuesday you wake up, you just look at your chart, oh, Monday I had done this activity, so that motivates you. On Tuesday you go for 2 kilometers walk. So Tuesday also you put the cross. Now the strategy here, you have to play with your mind, because that is the biggest culprit sometimes when you don't achieve the goals. So this chain of cross marks should not be broken. And sometimes it may happen that there are some emergencies or genuine reasons, but your goal should be, okay, if I am not doing something for one day, I should not miss it second day. And when you sit after a month of doing this activity or taking actions on your goals, that oh, in 30 days, I have completed this activity consistently without breaking a chain for 20 days or 25 days. So that is how you measure the goals. And that is what increases your motivation to stay on the track. So this was about measuring the goals. But what happens is, we may have a lot of goals, we may have a lot of action items on our plate, and again it could be overwhelming. So it is also important to set the priorities. So we may have 10 different things to do, but then we need to decide which one will I do first, which 5 activities I will do first. So these are some of the methods which you can utilize to decide the priorities of your goals or priorities of your actions. The first method is Ivy Lee method. So you can start immediately from today. So what Ivy Lee method says, just today before going to the bed, make a list of 6 activities which you want to do tomorrow. List them down in the priority, that first thing I want to do this, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So it should be as per the priority. List down all those things, and whenever you start tomorrow, just start working as per the sequence. Just crash out your first 2 or 3 activities. The goal is to complete 6 in one day, but it may happen that you can complete only 4. Now whatever 2 are pending, you just transfer to day after tomorrow, and then add 4 for the next day. So like this, using this Ivy Lee method, you can set your priorities. Just top 6 things. Just forget about other things and just focus on completing those top 6 things. There is one more rule, they call it as Warren Buffett's 5 out of 25 rule. So I read it somewhere. Let's assume that Warren Buffett is the wealthiest person in the world. He uses some strategies because his time is very, very important. So what he does is he makes list of maybe 25 action items. Then from these 25 action items, he scans through and sets priorities of only top 5. So once he makes the list of top 5, what he does is he just simply discards those 20, whichever are remaining, because the moment he is able to create priorities for top 5, it means that those are the 5 activities which are very important. If he does that, then he will have a lot of activities done. So those 20 are maybe not required. So what he may do is he may delegate to somebody. Somebody might do those 20 activities for him. So this is one of the rules which we can apply to set the goal priorities. And the third method is Eisenhower box. You might have already heard about this. So on this right side, if you can see this image. So if we can have a matrix of not important, important, and urgent and non-urgent activities or goals or actions. So whatever is not important and urgent, you try to see that you delegate it to somebody else. Who else can do that for you? Just find out. Certain things could be not important and even not urgent. You just simply eliminate them so that your list reduces. Certain things will be important but not urgent. So these are the things you have to track properly. Decide when you will do that, because you should do that before it becomes urgent. So just schedule a time on your calendar to completing those activities. And certain things will be like important as well as urgent. So right now focus on doing those activities. Whatever is important, whatever is urgent, just do it now. So these were some of the things for setting the goal priorities. So staying on track is very, very important. When you are setting the goal, you are walking towards your goal, you are following certain process. And the best way to track your goal is through monthly, quarterly, half yearly and yearly reviews. So personally, what I do is at the end of, in the last week of maybe December, I set goals for the next year. And then similarly, I review what has happened in this year. So have I achieved all the goals which I had set? So this can be repeated even monthly, quarterly, half yearly and yearly. So that review is very important. That's tell you what is working, what is not working. Just write down whatever is working, concentrate your more energy on something which is working, and just eliminate certain things if those are not working for you. So take corrective actions. It is going to be a continuous learning path. It's not that once you set something and it is on autopilot. It doesn't happen like that. We are human beings. So you need to review regularly what is happening and what is not happening. So this was about staying on track with your goals. And now these are some of the daily routine activities which will help you to achieve your goals. This has worked for me, and that's why I thought of sharing this with you. First thing you can do is affirmations. Affirmations is writing your goals maybe in present tense. That okay, if I want to do something, if I want to publish a book, then maybe I can say that yes, I have published a book. But only writing that much is not important, right? You may think that okay, I want to become millionaire, I want to become millionaire. Every morning just I read that, even though it is in present tense, even though it is I want to achieve that, you will not become millionaire. So what you have to do is you have to associate some action along with that affirmation. So you can say that maybe I have become maybe successful writer, and for that I am taking action that I am writing maybe 200 words every day. Or if you don't want to put it in maybe present tense, you can frame it in different ways. But these two parts are very important. What is your goal and what sacrifice or what action you are willing to take for that. So that will always remind you that goal is also important, but I cannot achieve that unless I act every day on that goal. So that also works as a check. So maybe every day in the morning when I wake up, I spend some time with affirmations, what actions I need to take, and then visualization. Next thing is about visualization. Just sit quietly, calm, early morning. I always prefer maybe 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. or 5 to 5:30 a.m. That is the best time. You can just visualize that you are taking the consistent actions and you train your mind to take those consistent actions. Whatever you can think in the mind, you can physically convert that into actions. So that is about visualization. And that's how you take very small action every day. You may not feel that you are progressing. They sometimes people give example of bamboo tree. So before you see that bamboo tree above the earth, they say that it grows below the earth maybe for 4 feet, 5 feet. And that is what you are doing through affirmations, through visualizations. You are tuning your mind, taking a lot of actions every day. Because we see that moment when somebody wins a gold medal. Oh, it is like overnight success. But that overnight success is of 3 years, 4 years of hardship. So that is what daily action helps you to achieve that. And one more resource which I can recommend is just listen to an audio on YouTube which is called as Strangest Secret in the World. And that is in the audio format. It is by Earl Nightingale. So just listen to that and you will come to know that how we can train our mind and ultimately in goal setting, we become what we think. But what I can add to this is we become what we think provided we take consistent actions and have belief that yes, we can do that. So that's what all from my side in this goal setting. I hope you learned certain things, and success of this session will be when you try to implement these things, and I would always be happy to connect with you. So these are the contact details, or you can reach out through JE Kalam, and I want you to be successful in the goals which you have set or which you will set for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time as well as the presentation, and thank you for just being about the goal setting stuff. Everything, it was quite informative, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you. So
we can take maybe questions if there are any.
Okay. So guys, if you have any questions, please, it's open for you guys, or else we'll be moving with the next sessions. No, so I think no participants asking any questions.
Okay.
So thank you, Vaibhav, sir.
Thank you all.
Next session, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, have great. So without further delay, I'd like to invite our Ravi Shankar sir, the founder of JE Kalam, to forward with the